What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Olympia prep series. We are now 7 days out, 1 week from the Olympia. The past 6 weeks since Tampa have flown by. And I remember leaving that show, I'm like, man, 6 weeks of prep, and it's just gone by so fast, and it's been actually really enjoyable. So I try to get up every day and truly enjoy and take in every moment of this leading into this show, and just be thankful for the time that I have to do it. You just never know what's going to happen, and if this is your only Olympia you ever go to. So every day that I'm doing cardio or I'm training, you know, I just am thankful to be able to even do these things. So, but really excited week out. About to keep pulling down and getting my weight closer to the 212 mark. If you haven't seen last week's, I gave you my last update. We go through a leg day. My diet last week, I hadn't made any changes to it. It was pretty constant. 350 grams of carbs, 250 protein, 20 fats. Still walking 5 miles a day. Just had need to push it. And so in that last video, I talked about like this. You know, we're going to have to make changes to start pulling my weight back down. So that's happened. What we did a few days ago was just remove 50 grams of carbs from the plan. Pretty straightforward change, and that was probably enough calorie drop for me to start getting some fat loss moving and glycogen depleting and bringing my weight back down. And so now, of course, macros are now at 300 carbs, 250 protein, and 20 fats. If you want to see the full diet, how I have it laid out, you can look in the description below, and I have everything there for you guys, and you're welcome to ask questions. But as far as moving those carbohydrates around, I try to leave the majority around training. I have meal 1, then meal 2, then I train. So I definitely want meal 1, meal 2 to be carbohydrate heavy, and then following training, be able to take advantage of utilizing increased glycogen resynthesis and fueling recovery. And then I just taper back the carbs and towards the evening because I'm not training, and keep fats a little higher to help with satiety. So that's kind of how I have the diet structured. No change to cardio, so I still walk in the mornings, do 5 miles, and then walk in the evenings as well. So that's been constant. The only change was just that diet change. This morning I was 215, so that last update I was around a little close to 217. So weight is slowly starting to come down. We're 7 days out, so I'm perfect. I'm within about 4 pounds of where I want to be. I think being like 211 in the morning or so kind of gives you some safeguarding to make sure you make weight. A lot of this right now is just a little bit of water just because carbs are higher. So we'll be moving that off. Body fat's extremely low. So looking at my posing pictures, like I have, for one, to recap, from Tampa to now, my progress has been substantial. Like I have so much more roundness to my physique in my shoulders and arms. My waist is tighter. Quads look rounder and have more sharpness to them. So this rebound after Tampa and increasing food has just improved my physique, and no body fat's been added, just getting a lot rounder. And I truly think I added muscle on as well. And so looking at currently, conditioning wise, I have lines in my glutes, from the outside of my glute all the way to my ass crack. So pretty much what you want to see a week out from a show. and then knowing that there is just a little bit of water retention present, and we'll of course take care of that. So conditioning is right where it needs to be. I've been getting up every morning and first thing fasted, posing. So that's been part of my routine that I've just implemented. It's one of those things where if I have like a leg day, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to get through posing afterwards, or you have these moments like, where do you want to put your posing? So what I found for me to make that consistent routine, which I think routines are so important for consistency, and when you're not motivated, you just have your routine that you do, and you let discipline carry you when motivation's not there. Of course, I'm highly motivated because I'm going to Olympia. So anyway, I have my set routine. So I get up, and the first thing I do is come to take my morning pictures, but I do rounds of posing. So I'll do 4 rounds of posing, holding each pose for 10 seconds, and that's been consistent in the routine for me. And just posing every morning, I get to familiar with how I look, where I see flatness, or if I'm getting tighter. So it's beneficial from that as well. And I'm posing in a state that's pretty similar to what I would be at a show. Like, you don't have a lot of water in you, you might not have a ton of food in you. So those conditions are fairly similar. So anyway, physique-wise, I'm right where I need to be. This is on track to be my best. Being 215, this was the same weight I was right before Chicago, but it's just such a better look. So I'm gonna be able to make weight first thing in the morning, and then go on stage at a much higher body weight than I did at all these previous shows. So it should be a really cool look to see. But I'm really excited. Sleep's only improved over these last few weeks. Recovery's been awesome. Strength is still progressing in the gym, getting great pumps. So it's all the things you want going into a peak week, which usually don't happen because you're able to have fatigue really, really low. I've never had a prep where I could actually sleep. I'm sleeping 7.5 hours a night. I wake up once to pee. And that's even still putting down 3 gallons of water, which I get so many questions on this, like, how do you drink 3 gallons of water a day? And I'm still really, really hungry on prep, so water kind of fills that void, but I also have it planned out to where I make sure to get fluid in. So when I wake up, I pose, I do some client emails, and during that time I'm drinking 64 ounces with a scoop of Animal powder and a scoop of magnesium citrate. So that water's flavored. I make sure to get that half gallon down before I go out for my morning walk. I come back, have my meal with some fluids, then I get another half gallon down before my next meal, and then that's already a gallon for the day. Then I'm training and I have all these other meals, so it's easy for me. So in the evening, I can taper back fluid a little bit, and I'll keep urinating, but overnight I'm not urinating a lot. Which most people are trying to catch up at the end of the day because they're so busy during the day, which that's the opposite. You want to get a lot of fluid in before training early when you're waking up and you're kind of dehydrated, and then taper it back so you can actually get some good sleep at night. But everything else has been just ticking away right where I need it to be. Today we're going to be heading to the gym, and I'm going to take you through my back and hamstring workout with a little bit of quad in it. Nothing's changed yet. Being a week out, I still train exactly the same, hard effort in sets. I think that goes to show the way I train will improve your physique. If you can grow from a show to a show and make those changes in your fullness and roundness, I think that demonstrates the type of training that it takes to do that. And those are hard sets and hard training, and trying to progress the logbook and still get stronger on prep. Even if you're feeling people say, I feel flat, or my energy's low. You're gonna feel like that, but you can still push really hard and make progress. It just might feel like more of a challenge today. So that's why I think the logbook is so important for me, and knowing my goals when I go into the gym. And that's been one of the most important things, to see those changes from Tampa leading into Olympia, and actually adding some muscle on. But anyway, guys, we'll get into this workout, and update you. Next week will be Olympia. All right, guys, we're now at the Muscle Factory. So we're going to be going through my third back day for the week, which I think I pretty much have shown y'all my other 2 days. Monday being my lower rep compound move day, then Wednesday being my higher rep day, working all the way up to like 20 reps on rowing and poles. Today is more moderate rep range. And it's also more of my hamstring focused leg day. So it's gonna hit all posterior chain. So I'll have like a good compound row to start with, get in the shorten phase, a glute bridge to get hams and glutes activated in the shorten phase. Then we're gonna go into like a banded rack pull, something in the lengthen phase. Then that's going to follow up with just some more of my like isolation work and things like that. So this day will also have a little bit of quad work in it. So on my leg day for the first part of the week, I have compound leg moves and then isolation hamstring moves. So for today, I have my like compound hamstring glute moves, and I'll have one isolation move I just do some leg extension. So that's why you'll see that in there. So it's almost a full body day in a way. But we'll get into it and we'll go through these exercises. First move I'm starting with the hammer strength low row. And so the whole point of this is to get good trap involvement, rhomboid involvement. And so the seat, I have it set up all the way. I'm gonna grip the handles down low, and the aim is for having that elbow come back into extension and rotate upwards. So get a good scapular retraction and get fully protracted. Tips on this thing is I use these handles to bump the handles closer to me to make it a little easier to grab. So if you have some handles, you can place them right underneath the tenches. It works great, so you don't have to reach out so far and make it easier to grab. For this one, I'm going to warm up, and my first working set is going to be 10 reps, right around there. Pretty much taking it near or at failure, and then I'll adjust the weight for my next following 2 sets to hit within that like 9 to 12 rep range. So we're gonna do 3 sets here total. So this will be work set number 1. So I've been working on this 5 plates for a very long time. This has always been my first exercise on back day, so it's always like a good stable move for me to gauge where my strength has been. Hit this for 10 reps last time, which was a PR, which I'll show you my logbook. I log everything in an Excel file on my phone, so I have workouts all the way back to the beginning of the year, scrolling back through like all the way back to March, even when I like just started prep. I hit this for 8 reps, so I hit this for 10 reps. And I'm 28 weeks into prep, so it's good to have that information to go back and realize, wow, I've actually improved strength throughout prep. And it shows you too, like from Tampa to now in the Olympia, the amount of improvement that I could make in these like 5 weeks that I've had to increase food and actually try to grow and improve strength. So we'll get this work set, at least try to match or beat reps. finished with a hammer strength low row, good trap activation. I ended up matching my reps from last time, so strength's still really high, which is great because it's the week out from the Olympia. Moving on now, I'm going to do a barbell glute bridge, so really focus on more of a compound for glutes. Get it into the shortened state so I really get a good connection with it. I don't think everyone needs to do glute bridges, hip thrusts. Some people get enough out of deadlifting, squatting, develop their glutes. For me, that's not the case. And also, my left glute doesn't have as much detail in it or as much connection in it when I'm posing as the right side. So this move has helped me develop my glutes so I can actually have more detail in them. I'll see a lot of guys, they'll be peeled on stage, but you won't see all those lines throughout because they just don't have them developed enough. So that's the purpose of having this movement in place. Like I said, not everyone needs to do it, but it'll be a great move from going to the shortened phase, moving into my hip hinge movement, loading in the lengthened phase, really fire up the backside, get a good connection with the hamstrings and glutes. The setup on these, we're going to have my pad right underneath the scapula. So we'll make the lower back lever shorter so you get good leverage and you're not loading the erectors a lot. The ankle should be right below the knee. If you're too far out, you're going to feel a lot in your hamstrings. Try to keep a neutral spine throughout at the very top of the movement. You can do a slight posterior tilt to really get the shortening of the glute. Pause, control the eccentric phase down, good 3-second count. You want to really establish connection. This isn't just right around the knees. So I'm going to do 3 work sets. We're going to work up, do a set of about 12 reps. Anything below 10 I found on these, you end up just moving weight and feel a lot on the back. And then I'm just going to stay with that weight and hit 2 more sets. And the reps will drop because I'm taking these sets pretty at or near failure. So third movement for the day will be a mid-shin snatch grip banded rack pull. You know, it's kind of a mouthful. So I hit my, like I said, our trap movement, short phase, something glute movement, hamstring short phase. The whole posterior chain is fired up well to move into a lengthened phase movement. Now, my setup for this is to have a heavy trap emphasis. That's where I need the most development work. My hamstrings are fairly developed and they have a larger lower body. So for me, this movement is designed for putting more emphasis on traps. That's why I'm using a band. That's why I'm using a snatch grip. So you might not be the best exercise for you. You should pick the exercise, say, if you need more hamstring development. Well, you probably need more loading in the lengthened phase. Don't use the band. Do like a barbell RDL. Pause. Strict. If you're earlier in your lifting career, you might need more overall development. Something that takes you through more knee flexion and some hip extension. So maybe like going from a floor, from a deadlift, might be the best move for you, but controlling the eccentric phase, or even using a trap bar if you're early on and need more overall development. So you have to pick these exercises based on what you need development-wise and where you are in your lifting career. But anyway, for I'm going to just work up to 1 set because these are really taxing. Usually off season I would have a back down set, but on prep 1 set is plenty. 1 set of like 8 to 10 reps. I'm going to control the eccentric phase down to the pins. The pins are just a set point for me. So like a 3-second count on the way down, explode up, and I'm going to do a shrug at the very top of every rep. This will annihilate the traps. One set, then we'll move on from there. Alright, so I hit my one set of snatch grip rack pulls, which is good. I hit 9 reps, but I didn't get the shrug in the last one. So there's definitely more stimulus for overall trap, but last time I did 8 reps and got the shrug. So did add an extra rep though. So one set, gonna move on to using a supinated pull down. I use the Prime Fitness 20-inch handle. You'll see me use this on my high rep back day as my first exercise, but I'm doing a different rep range today. And it's the same movement, which is okay. Get good at the same movements. That's how you're gonna progress. But also I just get an awesome connection with it, so might as well keep using it if you get such a good feel with it versus just changing your grip just to change your grip. So I'll keep a slight 15-20 degree angle back, trying to limit torso swing, driving that elbow down to the hip, keeping the chest up, 3-second count on the way up, try to get good, strong lat shortening and full stretch. So we hit a lot of shortening movements. Now I want to hit a movement that really lengthens out the lat, get some work on. So I'll do 3 sets here. I'll adjust the weight to stay within that 10 to 12 rep range for those 3 sets. Alright, so that was all my compound movements for the day. I'm going to go on, we're going to hit a rear delt, a leg extension, and some bicep work. So rear delt, my other back days, I do a pec deck fly. Today I'm going to do a cable and just do 2 straight sets, 12 to 15 reps, adjusting weight to stay within that rep range. Just send the cables up to keep some internal rotation of the elbow, I just grab the cable itself and just keep like my index finger and my thumb on it so I can rotate that elbow up and make sure I'm just using the delt. Keep a slight bend in the elbow so you're not using a lot of tricep movement also. And you just want to try to limit protraction, retraction of the scapula. So keep those scapulas locked in place. Just stop the movement when the shoulder reaches full horizontal abduction. And so I do my rear delt work, so now I'm going to hit some quad work. It's something I can jump into because I'm more metabolic work. So I'm working in that 20 to 30 rep range, which we know taking those sets of failure within that rep range is good stimulus for hypertrophy as well. But it's not so taxing that's going to affect me neurologically and create a lot of fatigue. But just a way to get a second session and a little extra stimulus for quads. So I'll do leg extensions, so this will be almost my last movement, then we'll go into some biceps. So I'm just going to do 2 sets here. All out, everything I got failure with I have a set weight. Last time I did 180, I hit 23 reps. So I'll probably stay with the same weight. And then I'll just repeat my second set with the same weight and just get as many reps as I can. On this one, just try to come up, get a good hard squeeze top, control the weight down. Fight through the fucking burn, because it's going to burn like hell. those reps, so you just take it and see how far you can really tough it out for it. That's what's going to make them grow. This will be the last exercise of the day, so I do one bicep movement. So I'll do an easy bar curl standing. I'll do a rest pause set. So I'll hit instead of 10, 12 reps, rest 30 seconds, go to failure again, rest 30 seconds, go to failure again. So count that as 3 working sets. And that'll be it for biceps. Biceps is definitely a strength for me. So it's something I don't put a lot of volume into, as I have a lot of that volume allocated to back and shoulders. But my 2 other back days all have bicep work in them. So total for the week right now, I believe I'm right at 12, 13 total work sets. So overall total bicep volume for the week is still at a good spot to promote some growth. If I wanted to push up higher to grow more, I definitely would. But right now that's a good volume to be at. So with these, I allow some elbow travel upward because the bicep does cross over the Preworkout process, so it does have some assistance in shoulder flexion. So I do allow it to travel up, and the whole movement's very controlled too. So get into this work set, and that'll wrap up biceps. Guys, that wraps up my back, hamstring, quad, and bicep day. I just call it another back day, make it easy, but that is 1 week out, guys. We'll be coming up to Olympia very soon. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments about where I'm at currently in prep, this workout, or anything else you guys want to know going into this final week. Thanks again for the support, guys. It's always appreciated. We'll see you next time.